Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to BMW E90HQ. It's Will coming at you with another video. And today we're going to talk about just how much has my 2009 BMW 335i cost me in just the 2 months I've owned it. About 4,000 miles on the car, so not very long at all. And I bought it on kind of the low end, about middle of the road. So it's about $9,000, and it had 90,000 miles on it when I bought it, and it had pretty good maintenance records with it, so I was pretty confident in my purchase. I did notice a few things, like I knew the valve cover was leaking a little bit. I figured I would go ahead and get a whole new ignition system, do gaskets, walnut blasting, all that stuff. So I was kind of expecting to spend a little money on it, but this is a stack of everything that's been done to it just to make sure that it runs the way it's supposed to. And so some of it's stuff that actually was broken, and some of it is just routine maintenance, but this doesn't include any type of modifications whatsoever in this total. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first receipt I have is from Euro Empire. They did great work on my car. They did walnut blasting, they did oil filter housing gasket for me, and they did it all together at the same time, and they did it for $631.78. And that includes, all the gaskets for the oil filter housing. There's the front one and the bottom one on this. They put a new oil filter and all the gaskets that go associated with that. The walnut blasting itself, and the time for labor. So that all was $631.78. So let's just round for ease in this video to 632. So 632. Next we have the valve cover itself and the ignition system. So I don't actually have the receipt for that one. I couldn't find it, but all that together was like $600 just for parts. So let's go ahead and add $600 to that. Then we have the labor from Euro Empire to do all this, and I also broke a vacuum canister while I was working on the car, so I had to get a new one of those. It was $363.66, so add $364 to that total. Now this one here, I guess you could kind of say is a modification if you want to. It depends on how you feel about it. So the charge pipe was $217.98. So let's say $218. All right. So we'll include that with that, because the stock charge pipe is known to blow up even on stock boost. So it just is a maintenance item, I say. We have the rotors, front rotors, and pads, which are not in here. I just picked them up at AutoZone, so we can go ahead and say that was $127.58. So let's just say $128. And then the pads were about $45, so we'll add that in there. This is already getting really expensive. So just recently, and I haven't actually posted the video on this yet, I haven't even started editing it yet, but I replaced both boost solenoids just because it's almost 100,000 miles on the car. It's almost 10 years old. It's a very good chance that they were going bad, and as a matter of fact, they kind of were. I could hear them rattling when I took them out and shook them. And excuse that noise. That's my daughter blowing a whistle somewhere in the house. So anyway, I replaced both of them, DIY'd it, and I will have a video on that real soon. And that was $189 for both boost solenoids. So plus $189. Then here we have the low pressure fuel sensor, and that was a $45 part on the dot, so add 45. I DIY'd that myself. It's pretty simple. It's just underneath the throttle body, so definitely a DIY friendly job. No reason to pay for that one. This one also maintenance or modification. So to slow down the walnut, the carbon buildup, I installed an oil catch can to prevent that. It still will happen, but it should help slow it and make it less sticky when it does occur. And I bought one on eBay. It looks just like the BMS one. Identical. I think it probably comes off the same assembly line. I don't have a video on that yet, but that will be coming soon as well. And it was a pretty easy install. It wasn't nearly as easy as I thought it was going to be, but definitely DIY friendly. And that was $99.95, so we'll just say $100. Next we have vacuum lines. I ordered them from Ferocious Motorsport. They've got, you can probably see it on the invoice here. And about 13 feet, which wound up not being enough. I wound up ordering 3 more. All in all, it came out to about $20 in vacuum lines, so add 20. The oil filter during my last oil change was $11.86, so $12. The oil itself was about $65. And I have replacement air filters coming because mine are really, really nasty. They probably are going to come today, hopefully. But I don't have them yet. I ordered them like 10 days ago, it feels like. It's been 9 days since I ordered them from BMS. Still don't have them yet. So hopefully they come today. Those are $70, so plus shipping, which was $10. So $80 all in all. So guys, now we have a total here. So of all the maintenance I've done on this car, now granted not everything was a screaming emergency, so the car could have driven without the new vacuum lines, it could have driven without the new boost solenoids, it could have driven without the low pressure fuel sensor, but to make the car just running 100% right, no codes, any of that stuff, had to do all this stuff, and the car's still not even 100% right. Not included in this list is the Dml pump that I just ordered. That was about $60 or $65, so let's add that to the list now. That was $65. And I still need tires. I mean, my tires have great tread. They probably were brand new. I think they were put on the car like right when I bought it. But they're just not very good tires. They're just like Bridgestone run flats or whatever, and they don't hold traction at all. So at least rear tires. Now I could live with the front ones, especially considering they've got so much tread on them. But the rear ones, I really need to find something that's more sticky and has more grip, maybe even a size wider. They're 255s right now, I might want to go to 265s. But anyway, that's not, we'll worry about that later. But right now, so all in all, just in maintenance and rounding everything up to the nearest dollar, because, just because this all includes tax too. So, if you can get stuff tax-free, you won't have to pay as much. Etc., etc. But I spent $2,563 on maintaining this car since I bought it. I mean, now granted, a lot of it I just did because it's an old car, and I don't like to fix things when they break. I like to get things out of the way, things I know that could be a problem, get them out of the way. So, and all in all, if you wanted to cut down and go to like necessary maintenance, that just to keep the car going without misfiring or anything, we would have to just go down to the valve cover and the ignition system, basically, and the walnut blasting. So you would probably save about $1,000 in absolutely necessary maintenance, but $2,500 in absolutely necessary and routine maintenance. It's quite a bit of money to spend on a car in such a short period of time. Now, granted, I don't plan on spending any more money on maintaining this car, really in the near future, hopefully. I do know that those Index 7s will go eventually, and that's not going to be cheap. But I have no symptoms of any issues. Short-term fuel trims look good. Fuel pressure is good. Everything to do with the fuel system that I can data log looks fantastic. Air-fuel ratios are good. Startups are great. So I don't have any issues right now, although it is in the back of my mind, and I need to start saving for that just in case. Anyway, guys, if you think that this was entirely too much money to spend on a car for 2 months, please smash that thumbs up button. Leave a comment below. Tell me if you think this is just absolutely insane or if you think it sounds about right. And subscribe if you're new, obviously, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.